Hello everyone, it's Mr. Roddy and we're going to talk about industrialization and big business this evening. So let's take a look at an introduction. Industrialization occurred in the United States in the late 19th century or the late 1800s. It was not just begun by machines but also by men and women who worked those machines. Industrialization was the search of the attainment for money, wealth, and power. This was the American dream. No longer was it to go out west and find a small plot of land. The American dream had changed to money, wealth, and power. We see three goals that were truly driving America towards greatness. Those goals and values that helped those goals were that some people were destined to greatness. They were destined to greatness because of the hard work that they had put in. Others were destined to lead a life of toil. So those three goals that drove America to greatness were hard work, the notion that God destined some to greatness, and others to a life of toil. The government at this time should be small and non-intrusive. That was the theme of the day. A small, non-intrusive government. Hard work and personal achievement were truly what was driving America to ensure that people were successful. America was to be a meritocracy. Meritocracy is where people earned their achievements based upon their merits. This idea of meritocracy was advanced through people like Horatio Alger's books that told about honest, hard-working young men. When we think of who benefits when the government is not leading in the economy, it's business. Business and trusts. Business truly leads when the government is not involved in the economy. What is laissez-faire capitalism? Laissez-faire is capitalism at its purest form. It literally translates to a philosophy of hands-free, or government off of businesses. This was the notion that the best way for government to help was to stay out of business's way. What did that mean exactly? That means that there were to be no regulations, no laws governing business, nothing. If people or workers were hurt, oh well, so be it. The government was supposed to stay out of the way of business. They could promote business, but they were to stay out of its way. Social Darwinism. Social Darwinism is based on Charles Darwin's philosophy of survival of the fittest. It's the basic belief that those that did deserve to succeed would succeed. Those that were strongest would become wealthy, and those that were poor were obviously not fit enough. This meant that you were chosen to truly succeed. If you were fit, you were successful. If you were not and could not overcome the obstacles that were laid out before you, then obviously you would not succeed. Rugged individualism. Rugged individualism talks about that idea that each person had their own responsibility to help themselves. No one was going to help you if you were down on your luck. You had to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and make something of yourself. No one else would go out and actually do that for you. It was your responsibility. There was no government safety net, no welfare, nothing. It was all based on your hard work. And when we think of industrialization, we think of that Industrialization occurs when a nation's economic systems decrease its reliance upon producing goods by hand and increases its reliance upon producing goods by machine. So we are moving away from producing goods by hand and moving towards producing goods by machines. And industries arise when huge capital is combined with labor to lower the production cost, raise worker output, and subsequently create a larger amount of consumer goods. So, what does that mean? Industries pop up, they're created when there's more money, more of a labor force to be paid and to work for that money, to then produce goods at a much lower rate. So if I said I would like to create a pencil, instead of having someone grind down a pencil by hand, we can have a machine do it for us. Now, if we have that machine, which costs $10,000, and I have $20,000, that means that I can purchase the machine to make my pencils. Then I can hire 2 employees to work said machine, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, to create X number of pencils a day. Industries and industrialization are woven together to ensure American success at this time. All right, everyone, those are the notes for this evening. We're going to be talking about them tomorrow in class and pick up from here. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thank you.